So, as Emily was so kind of to say, Rich Green, I wear a lot of hats. I am a solutions engineer for SANS, which means I have the privilege of working with tons of customers every single day and helping them figure out what their path is, be that from individuals to enterprise organizations and everything in the middle. And it's an absolute joy of mine. I'm also an instructor for SEC 301. It is an introduction to cybersecurity. It's the foundation or fundamentals course. So typically you'll see people go from 275 to maybe 301 or 401. 301 sits right there in the middle to kind of dive in deeper on the topics that you'll find in 275. My LinkedIn's up there. What you'll find throughout this presentation, and I'm going to go over, is I am very much a storyteller. I like to weave elaborate tales. You'll notice on my LinkedIn that the very top headline I have is called Cybersecurity Dungeon Master. I just take a lot of joy in just crafting those stories. I will have the questions up on my screen below as well. If anything pops up, anybody has any questions, and I would have nothing more to answer those either throughout the presentation or if we have time at the end. I think it'll be great. But what I really wanted to do today is share a story from my youth. Really, truly a pivotal moment that drastically altered the trajectory of my life. It's a tale, honestly, of mistakes, consequences, and ultimately transformation, which you'll hear me mention a lot today, especially for those that are looking at going from one career to another. So if you could for a moment, picture a rebellious teenager in the early years of adolescence, navigating the chaotic ways of growing up. That teenager was me. And this probably 13, 14 years, my emotions were a tempest, often leading me to make impulsive decisions. One such decision erupted in the school cafeteria, setting off a chain of events that I could never have anticipated. That anger, unchecked and raw, propelled me into a fight, like most kids probably went into. But what started as a moment of heated confrontation quickly spiraled out of control, culminating in a scenario I could never have envisioned. It was actually the state versus Richard Green. There, not in a principal's office or in a teacher's room, but in a legal tribunal, I was branded not just a troublemaker, but a danger to my peers. The aftermath of that was swift and severe. I was exiled from every public school in the state. No public school would take me, so I had no options. I stood at a crossroads, as this picture you see before you, really facing a reality far grimmer than any punishment I could have had, a reality where my actions had irrevocable consequences. It was a sobering realization, truly, one that forced me to confront the gravity of my choices. In that moment of clarity, two paths unfurled before me. I could either continue down that path of anger and isolation, the other, a daunting but necessary journey towards change. It was there amidst the fallout of my actions that the seeds of transformation were truly planted. Now, this story, though brief, really does serve as the foundation of the message I have today. It's a reminder that true change can emerge from the depths of any of our greatest challenges. My journey, marked by this pivotal moment that I just discussed, underscores the profound impact of our choices and the endless capacity for growth, which I hope everybody has the option to see. Oh, I went too much. Go back. There we go. So as I mentioned, this story is going to be one of transformation. From a name once equated with trouble, Rich Green, to one that stands in the light of change and innovation in the realm of cybersecurity. Today, I share that with you, not just my personal journey, but a path of redemption and reinvention. Because there was a time when my actions and choices had led me down that path of misdeeds and rebellion, casting a long shadow over my future. Looking back, that statement or that title, The State versus Richard Green, it was not really a legal battle. It was the embodiment of my struggles, a life seemingly destined for a downward spiral. Now, that transformation from a chaotic adolescence to a bearer of change did not happen overnight. I promise you it didn't as I go over this. It began in a stark environment of that courtroom, shifting from the turmoil of a school fight to the gravitas of legal proceedings and everything in the middle. This was where my narrative took its first crucial turn towards a future I hadn't imagined. I chose to enlist in the military not long after that, and it really marked the beginning of my metamorphosis. In the disciplined world of special forces I pursued, I discovered my aptitude for cybersecurity, really blending those technical skills with strategic thinking or critical thinking as mentioned earlier. It was here that my story of redemption truly began, honestly, reshaping not only my identity, but my true destiny. Today, as an educator and innovator in cybersecurity, my mission extends beyond personal achievements, though. It's about empowering a new generation with the tools and knowledge to protect and serve in the digital age. My journey from defiance to defense has become a beacon for others, illustrating that transformation is always within reach. You never have to take no as the answer. My tale is more than just a personal triumph, as I said, though. It's a testament to the power of that change and the resilience of the human spirit. It proves that our past does not define our future, and that every setback, it can pave the way for a remarkable comeback. I share my story, though, not as a badge of honor, but as a bridge to possibility, encouraging each of you and those that will watch this afterwards to believe in the power of transformation, to truly believe in it. But why does my story truly matter? Imagine a world where every keystroke tells a story, where every digital action echoes a lifetime of experiences. This is the essence of cybersecurity, honestly. A realm where every day is a narrative of challenge, learning, and transformation. As we explore New to Cyber, a day in the life, my journey embodies this theme, showcasing the boundless possibilities within this field. And like I said, my path to cybersecurity was anything but direct. With that path marked by defiance and legal battles, I represented an unconventional entry into this domain. Yet it is this very journey of redemption and discovery that highlights cybersecurity's inclusivity, a field that not only tolerates diversity, but can absolutely thrive on it. In transitioning from that troubled youth to a defender in the digital world, the skills that once challenged that status quo have been transformed into instruments of protection and enlightenment. This evolution mirrors the day-to-day reality of cybersecurity, where diversity of experience enriches our collective strength. To those new to cybersecurity, my story is a beacon, illustrating that your unique background can be your greatest asset in this dynamic field. And to all the veterans that are out there, it serves as a reminder that innovation often emerges from the most unexpected places. Truly, the fabric of cybersecurity is woven from individual threads, each representing a unique journey. My transition from adversity to advocacy underscores a vital lesson. Mastery in this arena is defined not by a flawless path, but by resilience, adaptability, and the insights gained from every single experience you have. So again, let my story be a testament to the power of second chances and the inclusive spirit of cybersecurity. It stands as a call to embrace your past, channel your experiences, and contribute to our shared mission of safeguarding the digital frontier. Remember, in the vast landscape of cybersecurity, every story, including yours, has a place. So what are we going to go over today? Because I guess like the preview. Hopefully you've enjoyed it so far. We're going to talk about my early years a little bit more in depth. And we're going to go from there. We're going to talk about my transformative years. This is where I pivot into the military. From transformative years, talking about military, I'll go into where I truly found cybersecurity and how it took a hold of myself, which is different than, say, maybe going down a traditional IT path. I'd like to go over professional development. I think it's always a great thing to talk about, things you can take away from this and kind of apply on your own. Key lessons and insights. You've heard a lot of them today. I hope to share more and more of them as we go. And as usual, we will wrap it up with a short closing, which won't be too bad. The part we're going to get into next truly is going to sound like it could be a blockbuster movie. You're going to be like, oh, Rich, what are you talking about? I'm not going to start off with a dark and stormy night, although I think it would be a great topic for the beginning of this. But it really will sound like what you would see in like a sci-fi movie. It'll be interesting. So let's look at it a little bit more. We'll talk about those early years. When we go back to that story that I told earlier, and I faced that daunting aftermath of those past actions, all those missteps echoing behind me, the road ahead was anything but clear. It was that crossroad again, amidst uncertainty and reflection, that my path took that unprecedented yet decisive turn towards that future I could hardly imagine. The choice right then, truly, had to go now. It was rough. It was rough, and I don't want to be the guy that talks about it. But my childhood was honestly marked by a lack of structure. That's where the military really played a strong role in it. And it was that constant presence of poverty that environment shaped my early worldview. It tinted me with envy and a sense of injustice, leading me down that path clouded by misguided decisions. It was horrible. In that bid for survival, my actions veered off the moral compass that society expected, and I really dove into lying, stealing, and cheating. I really just was a thief at its purest form. That was the misguided means that I had of combating a world that I felt had abandoned me. Yet, unbeknownst to me, each decision, each act of rebellion was unwittingly honing skills that would honestly serve a far greater purpose later on, and I didn't know that at the time. The very acts I wish not to glorify because I know they weren't good and they were wrong and illegal, and I paid my dues, but it laid the groundwork for those invaluable skills: observation, strategy, risk assessment. That's something that goes even if you're on the wrong side of the railroad tracks. They were lessons learned not in that classroom, but in the crucible of life's hardest realities. Skills that forged in the fires of adversity, because that's what it was. And today I share these truths, not to excuse them, but to explain them. Because my journey from the depths to where I stand now is that narrative of change, of choosing differently when faced with those crossroads. It's a story of learning from the past and reshaping the future. It's not merely a tale of overcoming, but one of redirection in that purpose. How can I hone that? From a child whose world was just survival, I grew into someone driven by a mission to serve, protect, and educate. My past, with all of its shadows, has been the fertile soil for that resilience and that growth that truly has blossomed. In sharing my story, though, and as deep as I'll go into it, and as open and honest and vulnerable as I'll be, I invite you to see beyond those struggles of a troubled youth to the promise of change. It's a reminder that our beginnings, no matter how dark, do not dictate our endings. My journey from shadow to light is a testament to the transformative power of hope and determination, which is why I chose the title From Rogue to Vanguard. I think it really it made a lot of sense. And again, that choice to join the Army emerged not as one among many, but as the singular beacon of hope that I had. I didn't have options. I tried to go the route that normal people go. I tried to go to school. I tried to get a job at that point. It just didn't work. That decision, influenced by a stint in military school, was less about fleeing my past and more about the earnest pursuit of a new destiny. It symbolized a profound commitment to transformation, to move beyond a mere change and towards a complete reinvention of my narrative. The transition to military life was a baptism by fire almost, a blend of shock and salvation amidst the rigors of discipline. I discovered a liberating freedom, an unexpected sense of belonging and strength. It was a period of intense self-discovery, truly, learning the importance of camaraderie that I didn't have before, and that true depth of service, self-service, and selfless service. So that grueling basic training exercise really crystallized my transformation. In that crucible of physical and mental exertion, I experienced a profound shift, a sense of unity along with purpose. Completing that challenge wasn't just a physical victory, though. It was an awakening to my true potential, a step towards realizing the full extent of my capabilities. At that time, the Army was more than an escape. It was my honest crucible for growth, offering that structure, which I didn't have as a child, but I could use it to redefine myself. The values and discipline I embraced at that time really painted a new chapter in my life, one where camaraderie filled the void of family, and a newfound purpose guided my every step. When I reflect back on my decision to enlist, I recognize it not as an escape, as I said, from my past, but as that pivotal bridge to the future filled with possibility. And the discipline ranks in the military, I learned perhaps the most valuable lesson of all. Again, that change is not merely possible, it is within reach. I mentioned to a few people in the Slack, never take no, it's always possible. It's just waiting for us to extend our hand and grasp it. It truly is, which is amazing. So roughly 5 years, 5 years into my service, I stood at that foundation of purpose the Army had built within me. I found my inspirations or aspirations reaching beyond the horizons of conventional duty. At this time, now my heart was set on a new challenge. I wanted to join a prestigious echelon of military excellence, the United States Army Special Forces. I had done the beginning, but facing that Special Forces selection process was like navigating a familiar terrain. With each challenge a mirror to my past struggles, the rigorous trials demanded a synthesis of physical strength and mental agility, echoing the life lessons of grit and perseverance that have become my bedrock. If you recall, these are things that I had to build in that troubled youth. I needed to build these in, and now I'm honing them, and they came to help me again. In the elite training's crucible here, the skills of my tumultuous youth, again, quick thinking, adaptability, and understanding risk, merged seamlessly with the military's disciplined rigor. The blend of experiences became particularly invaluable in the nuances field of human intelligence, where success depends on deep human connection and strategic foresight. As I earned my place amongst the Green Berets, it became evident that my unique journey had carved out a special role for me within human intelligence. The skills that one helps me survive on the streets, now refined by military discipline, made me uniquely effective in understanding and navigating the complexities of human behavior. This transition to Special Forces was more than a personal achievement, though. It was a profound realization again of my potential. I kept going further. My journey from the streets to the structured life of the military, and finally to the Special Forces, illustrates how the challenges of our past, coupled with the lessons of our present, can prepare us for roles where our unique experiences not only add value, but enable us to thrive in them. Now, how awesome is that? But it wasn't always great. In 2017, Amidst the rugged terrains of Afghanistan, I encountered another moment of trial that redefined my essence truly within the military. I set an ambush against my team, thrust us to a relentless it was a firefight for roughly 4 hours. It was July 7th. A confrontation that left me grappling with severe injuries that I still deal with to this day, and the stark realization that my role in the front lines had changed forever. You can't do a lot when you lose your short-term memory for a while. But that journey from the battlefield to the recovery wards of military hospitals marked the beginnings again of a different kind of fight. A painstaking battle for recovery amidst surgeries and the challenging quest to regain my short-term memory. A singular truth emerged with clarity, though. Through the presence on the front lines had ended, my mission truly had not. It was still there. In the wake of this realization, though, I fully embraced my role in human intelligence. I expanded my protective mantle beyond direct sources to safeguarding the broader intelligence community. The imperative to master cybersecurity emerged here, not just as a responsibility, but as a vital necessity, marking a pivotal shift from physical engagements to digital guardianship. With determination, I plunged into the intricacies of cybersecurity, transforming knowledge into a bulwark for my comrades in our operations. This journey was a testament to adaptation, translating the art of survival and protection from the tangible to the digital, addressing the invisible threats that permeate our communications. Adapting to this new domain was fraught with complexities, though, honestly, but it was the resolve that remained unshaken. I knew what I had to do. That blend of human intelligence expertise with cybersecurity proficiency forged a potent element in our intelligence toolkit, embodying the dynamic evolution of a soldier's role in addressing emerging mission needs. So my recovery and transformation at Walter Reed symbolized not just the return to health, but the birth of another new trajectory. This narrative illustrates that the spirit of a soldier transcends those physical confines, manifesting in the relentless pursuit of protection. Now, in the vast, expansive digital domain, my venture into cybersecurity is not merely a career shift. It's a continuation of my unwavering dedication to safeguarding those who defend our freedoms. And it did for quite a while. So if we look at everything I've discussed so far in the intricate weave of my career, each role has added a distinct hue to the fabric of my professional journey, from shaping the defenders of our nation's cyber frontiers to engaging solutions that protect countless digital domains. As a DoD instructor, my battlefield experience and the challenges of mastering cybersecurity informed every lesson, transforming the classroom into a domain where victories were measured by the enlightenment of minds rather than the outcome of conflicts. The development of strategic and ethical prowess in my students stood as a testament to our collective growth. From there, transitioning to SANS as a senior solutions engineer marked another chapter, this time evolving from an instructor to a mentor. The role expanded my horizons, allowing me to guide a broader audience of cybersecurity professionals, enhancing their capabilities to confront and mitigate complexities of the digital threat landscape. Within SANS, my mission grew in scope and significance. It enabled me to reach and influence a wider array of individuals and organizations. And my focus was not merely on imparting knowledge, but empowering professionals with practical, actionable solutions tailored to the dynamic challenges that they faced. Despite the shift in titles and tasks, my core mission has never wavered, though. Education in cybersecurity remains my cornerstone, serving both as a bastion of defense and a weapon against adversaries. Each step of my career has been guided by the aim to enhance the security posture of those that I serve. As I navigate the evolving landscape of cybersecurity, though, the essence of my journey from the front lines of combat to the forefront of cyber defense education, it continues to shape my approach. With every lesson taught and solutions engineered, I contribute to a more secure, informed digital world, carrying forward the invaluable insights garnered from each role I've embraced. And it has been a blast. Where am I at today, though? Today, I stand amidst a rich professional landscape, navigating not a diverse array of roles that span the spectrum of cybersecurity when you really look at it. As a solutions engineer for SANS, my days are a continuous engagement with the evolving dynamics of cyber threats tailored to meet the unique challenges of various industries, which is a blast. But my role at SANS extends beyond engineering to the podium of education, where I teach Sec 301. In this capacity, I find immense fulfillment in lighting the path for the next generation of cybersecurity guardians. Fostering their curiosity and molding their approach to digital defense has to be one of the most rewarding jobs. I can't even call it a job, honestly. You might hear those people say that once you find something that you enjoy doing, it's not a job. That is what I had being an instructor. Parallel to these commitments, though, I helm a company called Sith 2. If you haven't noticed this shirt, which is called A Tale of Two Jedi, huge Star Wars fan, SIF2 is the company that started up, which stands for Security, Infrastructure, Threat Hunting, and Hardening. Gotta love the words in the military acronyms. But it's a venture born of a desire to serve small businesses grappling with cybersecurity challenges. This initiative embodied my dedication to leveraging my expertise for the benefit of those operating with truly limited resources, protecting their endeavors from digital threats. Small businesses do not have the budgets to afford all of the greatness that comes with all these consults or consultations. I wanted to find a way to give back to them, and this was truly my way of doing it. Additionally, I channel my insights into content creation, and that's really aiming to simplify the complexities of IT and cybersecurity for broader understanding. It's through this work I aspire to unlock the gates of knowledge, encouraging an informed and empowered approach to digital safety, because that's truly what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it in a way that was accessible and inclusive of everybody. And the tapestry of my current endeavors is woven with that singular theme. It's now service. If you go all the way back to my original talk where it's just about me and being selfish, I really have taken on a selfless service role now. It marks a true profound evolution from my days of survival. I focus on individualism to a commitment now to collective upliftment, embodying that shift towards contributing to the greater good of our digital society. In each aspect of my work, whether through engineering solutions, educating future defenders, supporting small businesses, or demystifying cybersecurity, I'm guided by a mission to protect and empower. My journey from personal trials to professional fulfillment underscores a life dedicated not just to personal achievement, but to enhancing the resilience and security of our shared digital world. That's what it's all about. Again, that tapestry that I've discussed so far, it's full of varied experiences, from the shadows of a troubled youth to the esteemed ranks of the special forces and onward into the complex world of cybersecurity. Along this journey, a constant thread has been invaluable, and that's skills acquired, skills that have seamlessly adapted to and thrived in every new environment I have ever counted on. The first one really wanting to talk about is leadership. Leadership has been a critical takeaway, and I truly think that leadership transcends formal hierarchies, manifesting as the ability to inspire and unite towards a shared vision. This form of influence, rooted in trust and collaboration, has been pivotal in every team I've led, from combat squads to cybersecurity operations, proving that the essence of leadership lies in example and integrity. The next foundational skill, I really think, would be those core skills. And it's critical thinking. I know I've seen it mentioned a few times today, and I've seen the comments in the Slack channel. It really is critical thinking and ethical discernment. It's a mindset developed in the crucible of combat for me and refined in the digital domain. And this holistic approach to security has been integral to navigating and safeguarding the digital landscapes we operate in. Having the ability to do that is powerful. And it's funny because I also recall another one that was mentioned as well, which was communication. The art of communication has been indispensable. The ability to distill complex concepts into understandable terms and then to ensure clarity, even in chaos, mirrors the communication vital in military operations. Now, this skill has bridged that gap between technical expertise and practical application, enhancing both education and operational effectiveness in cybersecurity. Having the ability to get your message across to somebody that doesn't understand it is strong. Depending on where you're at in your role, the ability to convey that to the executive team may or may not dictate budget. If you can't explain what you need in a way that makes sense to them, it just doesn't work. In reflection, my journey honestly underscores that the skills and lessons we accrue are not isolated milestones, but interconnected wisdom that propel us forward. Each experience, whether in the heat of battle or the intricacies of cyber defense, contributes to a broader competence. My narrative is a testament, and it's just mine, to the belief that the skills forged in adversity can indeed lay the foundation for a life dedicated to leadership and perpetual growth. Absolutely, all the time, 100%. So as we reach the conclusion of my shared exploration, hopefully some of y'all enjoyed it, we reflect on a journey that has taken us from the depths, or taken me from the depths of adversity to the heights of cybersecurity achievement. My own path, with a myriad of experiences, serves as a vivid illustration of the unpredictable yet immensely rewarding trajectory of personal and professional growth. Again, this narrative is more than my story, though. It's a universal call to recognize and embrace the entirety of our experiences as vital to our development in cybersecurity. Every challenge faced, every skill acquired, every insight gained is a piece of that mosaic that strengthens our collective defense against digital threats. And I urge you to let that curiosity guide you, to remain open to continuous learning, and to draw strength from the unique journeys you embark upon. That arsenal of skills that you build will navigate you through this field's complexities. It will, with resilience shining as that beacon through it all. Now, in those moments of doubt, or when confronted with the word no, remember that resilience is your most formidable ally. The journey is indeed marked by obstacles. If I sat up here and told you it's not, I would be doing you a disservice. In today's world, it's going to be difficult. But it is the fact of overcoming those that truly shapes us. Embrace each challenge not as a barrier, but as a milestone towards your aspirations. So as my story dies down, let the essence of this journey inspire and motivate you. Stand firm in the belief that you can surpass the expectations and limitations set by others. Don't be the one to set them yourself. The digital frontier is ours to protect and lead, shaped by our collective determination and courage. I really do hope you enjoyed this path today. I would like to open it up to questions. Absolutely. Let's see what we have for questions. I'm going to stop. What do we got for questions?